Welcome to the Piffpod with me, Piff the Manic Dragon, Jay Simone. Today, Chris Brown.
Hey, what's up?
Stepping in for Matt Donnelly.
Yes, I am. I will do my best to fill Matt's shoes.
Keeping the show on the road.
He's a very particular, special individual. So.
Oh, I have to be really careful with this through the whole podcast because it's going to end up being like a really crazy. Anyway, hi everyone.
Anyway, what?
Because it's going to pop open constantly. It's not like anyone hasn't seen my cleavage before, but I try to be very careful about it not always hanging out
You
all the
wore
time.
your old costume this week for some reason.
Oh my God.
What was that for?
No, was it this week or last week?
This week.
No.
It was for morning press.
Oh yeah, morning press.
Oh, I was going to say, because you haven't worn it in the show.
Yeah, and I did not realize I've been Gabrieled. So once Gabriel, who makes our costumes, once you get Gabrieled, you realize how crappy your costumes really are until he makes you a costume. But the week before, I wore an older costume too, and I didn't realize how
Low cut
and how much of my boobs
this.
actually were out in front of 12-year-olds.
You had to block yourself with Piffles.
The dog. And then I was like, I'll wear the hot pink one that I have at home and for press. And no, like that one is boom, 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 boom. I'm like, this is going well here. So I've been Gabrieled, and I need Gabriel to just fix all my old costumes now.
He's only been sewing for a fairly short amount of time too, though, right? But he's
What?
great at it. I thought he'd only been doing it for a little while.
No, I think he studied.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
he went to
started
fashion
as
school.
fashion school. And he went to fashion school and started as a dressmaker.
Yeah, I lost something in translation in a conversation with him.
Yeah, because you know what it is? He builds all of our magic props.
Right.
And he's so good
So I always
at
think of
it.
him as a carpenter. Yeah.
Same here.
Right.
And then you say, oh my God, that's amazing. And then his favorite line is,
Gabriel says, well, this isn't really what I do.
Right.
He'll like build a fridge out of nothing.
Right. This isn't really what I do.
And they go, oh, it's not really what I do. He's made all of the props in our show. Everything in the show is created by Gabriel.
Yeah.
And it's not really what he does. Costume. This is a Gabriel.
Yeah, you have a Gabriel on.
yes, yes. But it's insane when he says that.
You got Versace, you got Gucci.
Gabriel.
You got Gabriel.
Yeah. Gabriel.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously. But when he goes, oh, that's not really what I do. I'm really a dressmaker. You're like, oh my God, why are you so good at everything?
Yeah. It's
Like,
true.
seriously, he's so good at everything. And talk about good at everything. It's also you, because you're pretty
Me? What do you mean?
amazing at a lot of things. Hey, did you notice that I wore a certain color just for you today?
Yes, I see
What do
that.
you mean?
Yeah.
What do you
I
mean?
wore a little blue.
Yeah, cobalt blue.
I wore a little bit of blue.
Why is that got?
Because Chris was a blue man for
That was
14 years.
Yes, I was. I was a blue man for 14 years. I started in
Oh my God, how do I know
Chicago.
all this
Well, we
stuff?
should start by introducing you. Who are you?
Yeah, okay, hey.
People don't know. They're like, why is this
Oh my
stranger on the
gosh.
podcast?
Yeah.
I
This
am-
isn't a stranger.
No.
Chris has been with the show for how long?
Year
We
and a
started
half?
together October 2020.
So 8 years.
Yeah, 8 years, yes.
8 years.
Well, at least, I think 10 probably mentally.
Ever since I was a child.
Yeah, we were
ever
both
since I
children back then.
hatched.
Yeah, we were both.
We've been together.
We were both children back then.
A year and a half then. You've been with us all the way through the pandemic.
Yeah, that was an interesting and fun experience.
You opened the show at the Flamingo Showroom with us.
That is correct.
What's your official job position? Do you even know? Has anyone told you?
Well, the one that I've created for myself,
Yes,
I think,
that
is
one.
I call myself your Magi.
Yes.
Yeah.
Magi.
Magi.
Is
yes.
it Magi or Magi?
I think that's one of those
I like
tomato thing.
I like
think
Magi.
that's. You
Because
can,
there might be an American and a British.
yeah, there is.
Yeah.
In
difference
English,
of-
it's Magi.
Yeah.
In American,
Here we
it's
say Magi.
Yes.
But
He's like the one backstage. Like, he's like Zen. It's like wax on, wax off. And Chris
Magi
Brown.
means wise man.
Yeah, I know.
You know that?
No, he
that's
keeps
true.
us. He keeps me calm backstage.
So without you, I'm nothing. It's Piff the regular
It's so
dragon.
good.
It's funny. I feel the same. I feel the same though.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
it's so
Without
good.
you, I'm
because
nothing.
he said it about me too. So without us, he is nothing.
That's right.
Yeah, we do a lot of. Oh, but let's just really talk about how much crap we really do.
That's why you can't, because it's all secret.
I know.
Yeah, we can't really talk about my job.
No.
Yeah, Chris
It's
is
insane.
classified information.
Yeah.
Yes.
Top secret back there.
Yeah, Chris, like, we need to just wrap you in like yellow classified tape and stuff. Just 'cause,
Yellow classified
Yeah,
tape.
have you ever seen that tape where they're like,
Right.
do not
enter.
open, do not,
Crime scene.
Crime scene,
Crime
don't
scene.
get in there.
I'm a crime scene waiting to happen.
Crime scene. Yeah, that would be good.
Oh, I love it. So
One of
tell us.
the Kardashians just did a fashion show. I think it was
Okay.
for Balenciaga, where she was wrapped in tape. Is it
Really?
Balenciaga? Is that even a place?
Yeah,
Balenciaga.
it's a fashion design. Some people say Balenciaga. There's so many. It's yeah. I saw the picture of Kim wrapped in tape, and the way she was walking. I can't. Anyway, so Chris Brown.
missed
I'm just
that one.
saying. There's
No,
nothing new under the sun.
It's so.
Here we are
it was
promising.
So stupid. I am sorry, but I have to go there. I mean, I mean, good for Kim Kardashian, yay! But she's in all of this tape, and she's just like.
No, you were just
can't
threatening to
move.
wrap Chris in crime
No,
scene
I said
tape.
just round him, not like Kim did. Kim she
Don't
wrapped-
mummify me.
She
Right, yeah.
mummified, yes.
Yeah, she mummified
She like all
herself.
the way, and she's walking like this, and it's like, I mean, do you just poke a hole when you need to pee? Like seriously, it was worse than Spanx.
There must be tubes or something. There's got to be tubes in there.
straws.
I don't know.
I haven't seen this. I'm gonna have
I
to look
mean,
this
you
up.
have to look it up. I
But
understand.
I'll be totally honest with you. Like I'm not. I don't know one Kardashian
You're not missing a thing.
from the other. I just don't know.
It's-
One of them is wrapped in crime scene tape.
Yeah.
Okay, so that one's Kim. Okay.
You know, good for them. Good for them.
Good for them.
No, good for everything they've done. Not my cup of tea, but they're interesting. They've built an empire. They've done what they've done. Bravo. And
And they're
keep
on
doing
Bravo.
it.
and they're on Bravo.
Yeah, keep
Yeah.
doing
No,
it.
they're not.
man.
Now they're on Hulu.
I mean, I have to admit though, I've kind of been like getting into a little bit of it now, the Kardashian thing, because I'm kind of like on Kim's side of the crazy she's dealing with her ex-husband right now.
You're on Team
Oh,
Piff.
And I'm
Is
kind
it the
of
Kanye?
like, yeah, he's like
Yeah, he's
brutal,
he's
and
got
I'm just kind of
serious
like,
bipolar,
yo,
though.
yeah,
You
and
know,
I understand
I
that.
feel
but
for that.
Yeah, I do
you know?
too, and it's sad, and it's a lot of stuff, and I'm kind of like giving my heart out there going, I just want your family to be okay. I want him to be okay. I want Kim to be okay. I want Pete not to be decapitated in a video by Kanye West. Like, can
Right.
we just spread the love here?
Oh,
you know what?
Pete's
all
Davidson,
need.
right? Pete
Yes,
Davidson,
she's
right.
dating
Okay, yeah,
Pete
yeah,
Davidson.
right.
Jay, just address the camera and speak your truth.
Okay, Kim, I just want you, Kanye, and the family okay. And don't decapitate Pete Davidson. He's kind of funny. Like,
I haven't
it's a
seen that
lot.
movie.
It's a
What's the
lot.
movie that you watched that I haven't seen yet?
He's really good in that movie.
What is it?
Oh,
what is it?
the something, the
Staten
King of
Island.
Staten
The King
Island
of
or
Staten
whatever.
Island.
Oh, that's on a list of mine.
Yeah,
I have got
he
to.
actually,
I haven't seen
I
it.
really enjoyed it.
My list is so long. I
Yeah.
feel like I never make like headway with it
Yeah.
because
remember
I'm always getting told to watch things.
Yeah, right. You have to really keep that list going.
Yeah.
I'm watching The Righteous Gemstones right now.
Oh my God, it's
Oh, what is
actually
that?
really good.
It's
What
on
is that?
HBO. It's good. It's about a family run a
A
church.
big, huge, the big churches that have laser lights and shows and the money and all
cool.
this. But
Is it
going
like
back
a
to
docu-series?
it's interesting.
No. It's a comedy. So with Danny McBride, he
Oh,
wrote and directed it all
yeah.
and
Yeah.
Love
stars
him.
in it, and
He's awesome.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean that's.
I mean,
It's not
talking
bad, is
about
it?
No, that's
taking
good
you to
stuff.
church, Blue Man Group.
Wait, why
Like,
are we talking about
I
Blue Man
want to
Group?
talk about Blue Man Group.
Okay.
We started and we didn't finish, and I really want to talk about it. 14 years with Blue
yeah,
Man.
yeah.
Give
yeah.
it up.
No,
Talk
yeah,
about it.
No, I
How
started,
was it?
I started in 2005 in Chicago, and then I did it in New York and Boston and Orlando, and then I went out to Seas with it.
amazing.
And then they asked me to come here in 2013 and do the Vegas show, and then I effectively retired from it in 2018.
So when you're a Blue Man, do you have a name?
Yeah, that's.
No.
You don't have a character name.
No.
You're not Blue Man 87.
And how do
No,
they
no.
decide where
just-
you go and what?
just
They
Chris.
just point to you in rehearsals and say you're going to be here. You're going to be here.
Well, no, we all
Or how
trained
is
to
it?
do all three of those parts,
Oh.
and depending on what you're doing, they're either referred to as right, left, or center,
Oh.
or sometimes they are referred to by the names of the guys that originally did it. So they'll be called Chris, Phil, or Matt.
Right.
So those are kind of the interchangeable names.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's really cool.
But yeah, no, I loved doing that show. I had a lot of fun. I made
how long did it take you to get ready every night?
I could do it in 15 minutes if I had to, but we usually took about 45 minutes to an hour.
Okay, thank God.
Yeah.
I could see Piff right now just
Yeah,
going,
right.
you need to get dressed much faster. Did you see me just go pale? I was like, please tell me it took you more than 15 minutes to get
Chris
dressed.
can go full blue
you
in
do what
15
you do.
minutes.
You do what you do by yourself. We had a wardrobe assistant.
Yeah, see,
so-
You have
that's why
wardrobe
it
assistants.
takes me
Yeah,
forever
yeah.
to get ready.
Yeah, there were wardrobe people. I shouldn't call them our assistants. They're genuinely the
Yeah.
wardrobe.
But they were assisting
people.
you in what you were needing to get done.
Yeah,
So,
totally.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now-
Because there were things you can't do by yourself. Like, well, some guys actually managed to teach themselves how to put the ball cap on and to trim it and all that, but that's not something I ever
And then the
learned to
makeup.
do. Yeah. The makeup's like a grease paint that's made especially for the Blue Man Group by a company called Mayron. It's special Blue Man
It's
Blue.
their color.
Yeah.
Blue Man Blue.
And it's non-water soluble, so you put it on, and you can sweat through it. It won't come off, but you can take like a rag and wipe it, and it'll come straight off. Yeah, but I used to use like jojoba oil to get rid of some of the excess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a little tip
Keep my
for any
skin, like,
potential
really
blue
nice.
men
You do
out
have
there.
good skin.
Thank you.
Because I'm like looking at his skin going, wait a minute, he has like no pores and he wore blue makeup and I'm like getting a facial every month.
Yeah.
I'm like, what am I doing wrong?
You're not putting enough grease paint on your face.
Not jojoba
all the time.
oil. You haven't got enough
Taking it
jojoba.
off with
Like, so
jojoba
how
oil.
much, how far does it go down, the paint?
Okay,
Like,
so down to about here.
okay.
So the neck and the face, right? And then there's the bald cap. So the rest of it goes all over the head. And then the hands themselves were gloves.
Okay.
Blue gloves. Like nitrile gloves that are blue in color because you can't have paint on your hands. It's too slick to...
Because you're playing the
Yeah,
drums.
you're playing drums and
Now,
stuff, so.
the audition process for that, like, do they just stick a drum in front of you and say go? But I've heard it's a lot. Like, it has to be bone structure and what
Yeah.
you look like in your
Brett
body. and
Alters got to the one of our good friends, Francis Esquire.
he'll never make it.
He never made it. He got all the way to the end, and then they were like, "No, your face is too
Back
chubby." or
when
something.
I auditioned for
God
that
bless
show,
his
it was
little heart.
it was a pretty grueling thing. So like, you would go in, you would do an interview. They would see if you could pick up a pair of drumsticks. Then you would do an acting audition if you got called in for that. And then from that acting audition, they would then give you a 2-day workshop opportunity. There was a workshop audition that you went to New York to do. And you would get into makeup, you would learn a piece from the show, and then perform it for everyone in the company. So from the guy that cleaned the floors to the guys that ran the place. And then if you made it past that, then they would bring you in for an 8-week training process, and you would learn the show and perform the show, and then they would place you in a position somewhere, and then you were on like a 6-month probationary
Oh
period
my gosh.
before you actually were able to be called a blue man. So it was this 8-month to year-long process.
Oh my gosh.
And sometimes guys go through it and then they don't successfully get through one part, and then they take them and they train them on whatever that is for another set of period of time away from the show and away from the makeup. They take it very seriously.
Yeah,
Like,
I've
they're
heard
very
it's
selective.
intense.
When I auditioned, it was like, that was back in 2005. It was like 1 in every 5,000 guys would get it.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty selective. I don't know how it operates now, but that was
Yeah. Oh, wow.
15 whatever, how many years ago. Yeah.
That's intense.
Yeah.
I wonder what would happen if I held auditions
For this show, for the
for
Piff the
Piff the Magic
Dragon.
Dragon.
To play you?
Yeah. Let's
No,
get
but
some.
you're
Let's
one of a
franchise it out.
kind.
No,
That
come
would
on.
That would be
Oh my
incredible.
God.
I
you
can be replaced.
cannot- No, you can't.
I
Come
can
on.
definitively say that Piff cannot be
you
replaced.
cannot be. Thank you. You
Anyone,
cannot
anyone
be
can do this.
replaced.
We get Gabriel to make some more dragon outfits.
Oh, okay.
They have to play the drums. If they can play the drums, they can't do my role because I've got no rhythm.
It's funny that you said that. There
Yeah, but-
was a time in Blue Man where this did happen, way back when, where maybe a guy was leaving the company or ending his tenure with the show, and they would let some fun happen with that person's last performance, and there were a few times where there would be multiple guys that would come to town, and everyone would get dressed up in the makeup, and that person wouldn't know. And there would be times where they would just change guys out. And so you'd be on stage, and you'd be with one set of guys, and then you would turn around, and you'd turn back, and there'd be some new person standing there, which was kind of fun.
It's kind of like
You
our
could
show
do that.
every night.
Yeah.
Like, just have multiple Piffs
Multiple Piffs.
every
Get an
night.
Australian Piff. G'day, mate. My name's Piff the Magic Dragon.
Was that your Australian accent?
As well, you know, Jade, I have the finest Australian accent in the land.
Oh, that's brutal.
G'day, mate. My name's Piff the Magic Dragon.
Okay, do your American accent.
G'day, mate. My name's Piff the Magic Dragon.
That's
Oh.
the same.
My
That's
yeah,
God.
I can't do American.
That's not-
Do your Canadian accent.
G'day, mate. My
Yep,
name's
see?
Piff the Magic Dragon.
yeah, that's basically the
French.
same.
G'day, mate. My name's Piff the Magic. Yep, it's one
Lie,
accent.
Yeah, I see a
lie,
trend here.
because whenever we have someone that's French on stage, you always say,
Bonjour, je suis Piff le Dragon Magique.
yes. See, that is why I'm here, guys,
How much
to
more
remind
French
the
do you know?
dragon.
Nothing.
You don't know any more
Yeah.
French?
I know
That's
je,
more than I know, actually.
I know je m'appelle.
Je m'appelle.
Yeah, je m'appelle. J'habite à Las Vegas,
I think
and
I-
I can count to 10.
Yeah, I can't do any of that. I
Yeah.
can speak some Russian and
Yeah.
some Italian.
Oh, Russian's a
I
hard
can
language.
speak. I can speak Mexican, but it's all bad words.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't start speaking
I'm
it.
not going to.
Don't, because we'll have to beep it out. In...
Cállate.
No, I don't even know what that
Cállate
means.
means be quiet. Seriously.
I'll allow it.
I have been thinking about taking Spanish, though.
I think everybody should.
No, I should say I am going to be taking Spanish.
Okay, there
very
you
soon.
go.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm not thinking about it.
Penn's,
Because I did it in high school, and then if you don't like use a language, it kind of all goes
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
away.
yeah,
Yeah.
Penn's been learning Spanish for the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Awesome.
He's got over 100 hours in it or something.
Oh,
How's
wow.
how's
Right on.
his? How is it? Is he
I think
good
he's
at
good.
it?
Yeah, I think he's pretty good
Well,
at
yeah,
it.
I wouldn't be surprised. Penn's pretty good at everything he does.
Well,
Yeah.
what he does is
Yeah.
he does a little bit, a lot. That's what he does. So
Yeah.
he does like, I think he does an hour a week, but he's done that for
Right.
the last couple of years. So then you get up
And
to
then you just
Well, if
kind
you're
of
using
yeah.
something like the Pimsleur method, that's how they do it. Yeah, it's like you do like 10-minute chunks,
right.
and then the next session you do, you have like a recall of, and it's very ordered and structured how the recall happens in your next lesson of the things you learned before.
Yeah.
They say that's like the way that the brain actually manages to keep the language.
The Pemsler.
Pimsleur, yeah.
We have a
Because you got Rosetta, you got
Piptula,
Pimsleur, you got all that.
because
Yeah,
your
what?
theatrical language is very different than most.
What do you mean by theatrical
That is
language?
true.
It is the way
Yeah.
he speaks about stage and things like that.
I can never remember which way stage
Oh
left
my
or
God,
right.
you drive me crazy with that. It is what you learn in drama school, like in the first 2 days.
No, it's because some idiot made up house left and house right.
No, my
And now I'm
God.
like,
And they're the
It's
opposite of the
stage-
stage
They're the
left and
opposite.
stage
It's
right.
stage left, stage right, upstage and downstage. Do you know why they call it upstage and downstage?
yeah,
Why?
because one is on the second floor.
Oh my God, I can't with you. I can't. It's
no,
because the stages used to
They were raked.
raked.
used to be raked.
Yes.
In my country, they still are
Okay.
raked.
Well, in your country, the
Well,
stages are
you
raked,
guys
and
love
that's why
traditions.
they
Yeah.
said
So-
upstage and downstage. Thank you for using the word rake a lot. That's that's theater.
Oh my God. Yeah,
For
I've
what
had
it's worth, I fully understand your stage language. I've learned it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a very different
over
stage
there,
language.
over here.
over
Yeah.
here. And I
Yeah.
usually know what it means.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your language is very different. It really is. It's
Have you ever performed on a stage with a rake?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
What a nightmare.
It's
Yeah.
a nightmare. It's horrible.
I performed of the Scottish play, because we can't really say the full name of it, right? By Shakespeare. And
Yes.
at the Shakespeare Theater in D.C. on a compound rake. So it was raked up, but then it was also raked at a diagonal.
No.
And I had to do like broadsword fighting on this uneven like
Oh.
thing. It was terrible for
Yeah.
your knees and your back.
Yeah.
And,
I
you
have
know,
had to dance on them.
we don't
and
have
it's
like
horrible.
soldiers' bodies. Like there's no one today that has the. Well, there are people that have the body of like medieval soldiers, but most of us don't. So you're up there swinging this heavy thing and trying to not kill someone, even though you want to look like you're trying to kill them.
Yeah.
What role did you play in Macbeth?
Oh, you said it.
Yeah.
You're
Well, we're not in the
supposed to
theater
say
now.
it.
No,
We're not in the
that's okay.
theater.
Yeah,
that's
that's true. We're not in the
We're not in the
theater.
theater.
We're in a
a-
garage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I did the play.
Mind you, having said that, I would also say that in the theater.
Yeah.
Yes, you would, because
you
you're
probably
theater.
would.
You don't. Oh my God.
Well, you're
You're
a
just
renegade.
giving me hives from anxiety.
I've done the play 2 times. One time I played Macduff in it. The other time I did 3 different roles that were like Caithness and the Bloody Captain, and there's a collection of different parts that I played.
Oh, that's intense. The most intense role you've ever played theatrically, what is it?
The most intense role.
Other than Piff.
Ugh.
Yeah. You've had some drama roles. I have pictures.
Ooh, this is a thing
Yeah.
about
No, but
about
they're
Piff that I'm-
terrible. I'm a terrible actor.
I thought you were pretty good at the few I've seen. Of
What,
you.
what have you seen?
Your little thing you did in London when you had to play a Las Vegas.
That was awful. Are you kidding me? I did that for the money and nothing else.
Oh my God!
I had to be a Las Vegas illusionist with Tony Van Helsing.
So good. I've got
Wow.
the picture. I'll show you the picture.
Yeah, I need to see some of that.
It's so good. And then what was the one where your hair is all spiked up and you're like, and the big play you did where you
How did I
thought
never
you had
hear
a
about
bit,
these?
you thought you had a little part, but it ended up being a huge part.
Oh no, I know. I performed at the Shakespeare's Globe in London.
Really?
Yes.
In the first ever opera staged at Shakespeare's Globe.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
It was a Greek tragedy, and
Just
my,
is that a metaphor for how it went, or was it actually
Oh
a
my
Greek
God.
tragedy?
It's actually a Greek tragedy.
Seamus Heaney did the libretto.
Oh, he's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Derek Walcott directed it,
Oh, another great. Yeah,
and
that's great.
my friend who was producing it rang me up and he said, "Can you do this role? It's the messenger." And I was like, "Yeah, no problem." I was like, "A messenger? That's
easy, right?
That's easy enough. Just come on, deliver mail." But what I didn't realise was that in Greek tragedy, what happened was everything would build up on stage, all the action takes place off stage,
Right.
and the messenger runs on and tells everyone exactly what just happened.
In a really
Long,
Yeah.
long.
Yeah, huge
soliloquy.
monologue.
Right. Yeah.
It was a nightmare.
Yeah.
So everyone was out there,
And you have to not just give it over as like factual,
oh,
dispassionate information. You have to relive everything that everyone wants to see that didn't happen on stage.
exactly.
Yeah, I don't envy you. That's a tough one.
Yeah.
That was a tough one, and it was an opera, so I was one of the only speaking parts.
Right, because you weren't
I think
singing.
there was maybe 2 speaking parts.
Can you sing?
No,
Okay. Yeah.
no. Should I sing? No.
No.
Right. it goes beyond I can't sing. I should not.
I should not sing.
See, that wasn't.
I should barely speak.
You got through that. I think the hardest role I ever played.
It got that opera got the worst reviews.
Oh, well,
It got absolutely trashed in all of the
Do
reviews.
you look at reviews though?
Yeah.
See, I don't.
I don't.
It doesn't
I
matter.
don't
Yeah, it
care.
doesn't matter to me. Yeah,
Well,
it doesn't matter to me.
like some of the comments, I made a mistake. We were
Of course,
talking about
I'm
this.
not managing an enterprise of,
Yeah.
of a brand of myself though either. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
probably important. That
these
Yeah.
days it's
Get
all
the
about
feedback.
TripAdvisor.
Yeah,
and
it's bad.
Yelp
Yeah.
and
Yeah, I made a mistake a few weeks ago that we already talked about by reading a couple of emails from somebody who was, and they were a little bit, oh, you look tired, this, and so I had to get over it.
Right.
So, but no, I don't read our TripAdvisor, Yelp, or reviews or anything.
How much of it do
Yeah.
you think is like honest feedback, and how much of it do you think is just like people who troll to troll and
I think you get a mix.
yeah?
you get a mix.
You get a mix. Yep.
A
No, I
lot of
was
people
gonna
want to
tell
say
you.
thank you.
Yeah, that's
That's nice,
true.
isn't it?
Oh yeah, gratitude's a
Yeah.
very big part of performing.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why we do the meet and greets after the show, so that people come and say thank you, and we all go home feeling like we've done a good thing.
Yeah, mutual gratitude.
Yeah. As opposed to just coming off stage and walking home to a silent house.
Yeah. Yeah, that's-
Jade and
that's
I
what
just
do.
staring at each other, going, How was the show tonight?
How does that stare go?
How was the show tonight?
No, but when you and I do it, it's like this.
Yeah. Lots of silent meals in the Piff Tomato Dragon house.
Yeah. But no, I've never done any of the Shakespeare.
No?
No, I've auditioned and all that, didn't get cast, but I did get cast in the play. I've done quite a few other plays, but one of the hardest roles was No Exit.
Oh, I
And
love that play.
I played the psychotic, insane, drug addict, crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, I've done that.
Is there any of that on tape, Jade?
I've done that play as well. It's a good one.
Maybe.
Oh.
That was written by the French philosopher.
That was hard. Like, it
Jean-Paul
was an
Sartre.
insane role for me.
Yeah.
And it was different because I always got cast in, like, kind of like now, the showgirl, the glamour roles, and this and that. And it was very exciting for me to do that. And then I did play a featured part on Born on the 4th of July. I played, I was up in the area and I got to say, blankety blank the fascist pigs.
Right on. This is
and I was a hippie.
Have you watched the movie?
You're not talking the Oliver
movie.
Stone movie.
Have you watched it?
Yeah.
And you can see yourself in it.
Yeah, just barely. But yeah, I was always.
So it is
Oh.
the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
We'll have to have a
Awesome.
screening.
Yeah, even barely. It goes fast. It's like,
But you
but
can
I
see
know
it.
where it is. I'm like there.
So you can freeze frame.
There! And then, I've done other things too, and it was fun.
Yeah.
But most of it's always been like all of us. We've all been on stage and theater, and
I love when I
Yeah.
get the opportunity to play roles that I'm not like that are not just easy or typecasting or
yes,
whatever. Like,
yes. I want something that's fun.
exciting.
Yeah, like
It's hard.
part of me, I want to be an action. Like, I want to do like an Angelina Jolie. Like, I want to do action. I want to do like something where I'm
Right
just
on.
like, boom, and I'm a spy and I'm saving people. And yeah.
Jade had to save me last night.
Oh my God, you almost got killed last night.
What happened?
And I'm not trying to be mean about, good for the people that were stepping in, but you don't just step in and just kind of be quiet. You got to diffuse the situation. And I've worked nightclubs and crazy clubs. And the one thing is there's a way of diffusing the situation without being physical, without being
Well,
whatever,
yeah,
and
without
being
making it
stern
worse.
and
Yeah.
making it worse. So there was no security there last night. A couple of people stepped up to it but didn't say anything, and it was going to just continue. So there's nothing scarier than a showgirl in full showgirl coming up to you, putting her two fingers up and being stern.
That's serious. The
and
two
it's
fingers
serious.
is a
Two
is a
fingers, 'cause
thing.
it's
and
what
I
she's
was
gonna go for your
like,
windpipe.
I was like, enough. And I looked at the girlfriend who was holding this person back over a certain thing that he was upset about. And I was like,
He was upset with
"You
this little dragon."
need-
Can we find what happened?
Oh my gosh!
Okay,
But
you don't
I
need to-
got.
you don't have
but
to go
did
into
he not
details with me,
leave?
but
and I wasn't worried about.
where was I? I was gone by then, I guess.
Yeah,
Gone.
I wasn't worried about anything, but I could tell like he was about to hit him.
Because you know
and
me,
I
Jay.
stepped
I'll
in.
step in.
I know he's security, but I stepped in
I
and
got somebody kicked out of the show one night.
Yes, I
Did
was.
you?
Good.
Yeah,
Yes,
because
remember
they
that
were-
crazy
the
person?
guy that was
and
drunk
I
and,
went to
like-
Chris. I was like, Chris, we're gonna have a major problem with this person. And
Which person?
oh my God, it was
The
how
guy
long ago?
sitting- well, it was just a few weeks ago. It wasn't that terribly long ago, but it was a guy that was sitting in the front. He was texting. He was being rude. He was
Remember,
talking at
he
you
was
guys.
like
It was-
yelling
I
at you.
remember.
Yeah.
And so Chris came around the corner, and
I exited
he was in the
backstage
audience.
and stood right next to him, and I basically
Enough is
I
enough.
spoke about it. I was like, "Look, man,
Yeah,
you got to go.
yeah.
You got to change the behavior,
Or you gotta
gotta
go.
leave. And if you choose not to leave, I'm gonna make you leave."
Yeah.
Oh.
Like enough. But
And he
that's
got up and left.
yes, but that was me last night. All I said is I looked at the person's girlfriend who was like kind of holding him back, and I said, enough is enough. I was like, you need to get him out of here before security comes because you're both going to end up in jail. It's going to be ugly, and we're done.
Yeah,
You need to go now.
Yeah.
And they left.
Two fingers.
You gotta mean
You
it.
need to go
That's
now.
that's Jedi stuff right there.
now.
2 fingers.
And then
These
I've
are
got
not
full
the
show
droids
girl
you're
on. It's crazy. But I was like, just go. But
They went.
yeah, and they went.
Yeah.
Situation was diffused.
But you can't just go up there and let them constantly and just stand there and wait till you get hit, because then I'm gonna have to punch them in the throat, and then it's just gonna get
It's
ugly.
an interesting thing, I think, too, because of the fact that you have a direct connection to the entire audience for the whole
Yeah.
show.
Yeah.
Because I remember doing Blue Man, we would do that. Like, it's all like there's no fourth wall.
There's none.
There's like you're
Yeah.
always in contact with the audience. and people assume certain relationships with you because of that.
Right.
Yes.
And then you have the meet and greets, because we would do meet and greets too. And I used to get harassed, man. Like,
Oh.
I don't want to get dark, but like
Oh.
sexually harassed, like people grabbing my bits.
I can get
and
dark
stuff
with you.
like that. And
Yeah.
I got my
He
bits
gets
grabbed.
He gets grabbed.
I get my bits grabbed a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
my butt especially.
Yeah.
it's so
There was
inappropriate.
this guy once. He came to the pre-show
Oh,
meet
when
and greet.
Grandpa grabbed his butt, it was
He
the
was
best.
about he was about 85, 90,
Yeah.
Right.
and he locked on,
He
and
got
he wouldn't
some
let go.
buns, huh?
And I thought, you know what? Let him have it.
Yeah. You got to make a judgment call in the moment, right?
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
okay.
Coming up on the
Yeah.
Pifftune episode, we're going to be
we're doing
talking
it.
to more.
Have we
about,
already gone through 30-something minutes?
Yeah.
Or whatever? Oh my God,
Yeah.
you have to come back.
Oh, wow.
Wait,
this
Well,
there's-
is-
he's
yeah, it
literally
felt
coming
like it was-
back on the
felt like it was-
Pifftune episode.
No, I know, but he's gonna have to come back again because there's so much we didn't even get to.
That's why we got a special Pifftune episode.
Okay, let's do this. Peace,
Okay.
love, and happiness, everyone.
Coming up
Peace,
on the
love.
Pifftune episode, more Chris Brown,
Yes.
and maybe we'll get to tell you about the time I shaved some people's heads.